Average time it's taking people to find work these days is 6 to 8 months, which is a long time. And that's average. So some people are finding it quicker, some people are finding it longer. All of that depends upon the industry you're going into, the types of activities that you're doing.
6 to 8 months is a long time, especially to be underemployed or unemployed. This 3-part video series will help explore the job market for 3 of the most common degrees attained by students. According to CareerBuilder.com, is accounting, business, nursing, and teaching. So let's get started with the first part of getting a good job, having a good resume.
The importance of a resume really is to give the employer a sense for who you are. It's not everything about who you are because you don't have that much room. You have about 1 page of space to be able to do that. So it really are the highlights, the major accomplishments and the successes that you have, as well as the uniquenesses and major selling points about you as a professional going into the field.
Next time you're at your Student Career Services on campus, make sure you pick up one of these informational pamphlets on how to format your resume. Inside, it gives you guidelines on what you need to create in a resume that's both effective and professional. These templates are good for a majority of resumes, but some have to be formatted specifically to a career. So this would suffice for a business or education major, but when it comes to healthcare fields like nursing, there are some things you might want to include. As you can see here, nursing resumes don't necessarily have to be on 1 page, but coming from college, yours might most likely be on 1 page. On additional page, your heading is needed on the top. In addition to your education, employers will also want to know your licenses and certifications, if you have any.
Well, the first thing that you need to do in order to build your resume is I would just take out a piece of paper and start making a list of the things that you would need to put on there. For instance, your education. Obviously, you're here at LIU Post, and that's going to be one of the things on there. If you have an associate's degree, where did you get that? You'll want to start listing the places that you've worked, the locations of those places of business, as well as the responsibilities and accomplishments that you've had for each one of those things. To be able to have it well formatted and not crammed into the space that you have. So a lot of people they think that they have to put it into 1 page, and they pick the smallest font possible and then cram it into the page. Now I know I said it should be a 1-page resume before, but there are certain instances where you may have a little bit more, and if it's relevant information, it can travel over into a 2nd page. But what you don't want to do is make it unreadable by cramming it in and using a very small font size, right? So you have to make sure that it's legible. Don't hand it in with typos. Definitely have someone look it over with a pair of human eyes, because the computer won't catch all the typos there. You want to do that. Get on a regular white paper, because everybody else is going to be using resume type paper. And if you don't know what that is, you can go to Kinko's and they'll show you what that is. It usually has a cotton content to it. Talk about is cover letters and sending out a cover letter, which should accompany a resume that gives the employer a further outline of your uniqueness and your best strengths that are going to make you a viable candidate. And that cover letter might also include a statement of why you want to work for them.
A good cover letter should be personal enough to let the job recruiter know that you are not doing a copy and paste ordeal, by highlighting why specifically you are good for the position. Hopefully this short video gave you more insight on what to include when you're doing your job search. Remember, as being a college graduate, you also have the career services at your fingertips to help you put out your best resume.